All right, guys. So moving on to our first story, Tristan. Tristan, we talked
Yeah.
about this last week. Apparently, there was rumors. These were just rumors, to be fair, but there
Right.
were rumors that Dragon Ball Super was coming back in July, and
Right.
apparently Toei, like um,
Toei came out. Guess what? No, there isn't.
like a titan in the sky wanting to high five you, swatted those rumors away.
And it was then that the Dragon Ball fandom was given a grim reminder that day.
So yeah, so basically Geekdom 101. So Geekdom 101 and I believe so it says here Yonkoi Productions, but specifically we were talking about Geekdom 101 discussing this on his YouTube channel, and
Right.
you and I had said obviously take this with such a huge grain of salt, but what we also said was, or I said this and I think you may have agreed, Geekdom should worry because even if his source was 100% legit, Toei could do something like this and completely ruin his credibility, even if it's just for a month. In YouTube time, that could take a lot of subscribers away from him, revenue, respect as as someone who reports this kind of news. So I was worried about this. And I guess maybe he wasn't because he did
Mm.
trust his source and things like that. But even though he did say, of course, himself that they were rumors and that they're subject to change. But I mean, again, Toei came out and just said, nah, I
Yeah.
mean, Toei was just like, no, these rumors are. They told specifically Toei Animation's media representative David Siat told IGN no new episodes of Dragon Ball Super are being produced at this time. Now, my take on it is they are, but why is Toei going to let the fans just come out and dictate when this is going to be discussed? This is much different than a live action show where it does, people can't sneak on set or something like that. So, if these are just a bunch of, a bunch of animators in Japan animating stuff, it's not like something's going to get leaked necessarily other than discussion. Like, no one's going to, go into the windows of, like, Toei Animation's bathrooms and like climb in and like take a picture or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But stuff like that
Yeah.
can happen on set all the time, and that's why Doctor Who spoils so much in advance that we're on Doctor number 13, and I actually have privy information. I know who Doctor number 35 is already. So, and again, it's not just me having that privy information. BBC America just wants to make sure that all of us are informed of every little fucking piece of Doctor Who media. Anyway, what was that rant? But still, point is that Geekdom has come out and said something about this. He said exclusive. You heard it here first. Oh, this is the original tweet, of course.
Yeah.
And then eventually he did say that he said, and to those questioning his credibility, he said, look, anybody who knows me knows that I really, really care about my credibility. I double and triple check everything. It's something I've done for years now on this platform successfully. I've never lied to you guys, but I've never, ever tried to hurt my own brand. I love what I do. And he mentioned that, which again, well, actually, no. The person writing the article said, just like he noted in his the beginning of his YouTube video, let's hope I wasn't given a lot of bad information because it all seems pretty accurate to me, but you never know. So I think for me, it looks as if he's just sticking to what he originally said, which is, hey man, this is just a rumor, but I do have sources, but this is just a rumor. And then other news sources that I would say are not credible, even if they usually are credible sources, I would say they're not credible, had article headlines that said Dragon Ball Super's coming back, confirmed.
Yeah.
And you had seen that too, Tristan, and it's like, no, no, it's not. So, Tristan, what do you think? Do you think that the episodes are being made, or do you think that they're actually not being made, and maybe this is a giant nothing burger?
Uh, I mean, honestly, I feel like it could go either way.
It
I
could.
really want to believe that, Toei just wants to make the announcement themselves. Understandably, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I really do hope that, Dragon Ball Super will come back.
Well, yes, no. I mean, I could
Even if it's
argue.
not now,
No, no,
like
no. I would
in
argue
another
that.
year or two, maybe even. But like,
Yeah.
I do hope it eventually at some point does come
No,
back.
no, no. That I think is 100%. It has to come back with the amount of money that Dragon Ball Super Broly made, and with the amount of money that Dragon Ball Super has made both in the
Right.
U.S. and abroad. And I say abroad, not just in Japan, but even in other countries as well. It's coming back. The question to me is when, and I thought it was going to be in July. It made sense. The movie did well, and they
Yeah.
kind of go into production a little bit faster, but early enough that they could have a lot of episodes in the can before just throwing them out in July. And again, maybe, Toei wants to make their announcement closer because we are currently in late March. Maybe they make it in May, somewhere close enough that people could not forget about it. Maybe release their own teaser or something like that. Heck, maybe just like with some of the promotion for Dragon Ball Super Broly, maybe we get the entire season of the show. Just in one
In a
trailer.
teaser trailer.
Yeah, and it's in 5 teaser trailers. And then
Right.
Twitter will promote the show to me, and I'll go, well, I guess I don't have to see the fucking what did that rank go? I mean, we saw the movie. You and I saw the movie together. We even reviewed the movie. It was a good
Yes.
movie. It's just those trailers, man. There's so much in that movie that would have completely threw me out of whack if I
Right.
didn't know about it
Already.
through both trailers and promotion on Twitter. Because yes, if you guys don't remember, they promoted spoilers on Twitter in ads. So I just scrolled through it. It was like, hey, you want to get fucked, don't you? And I was like, no, I don't. Damn it, fuck. I've just been spoiled. Jesus, thanks, ad. Thanks, promoted. Anyway, and also, by the way, we should note as well, both YouTubers. So this is both Yonkoi Productions or Yonko Productions, Yonko, and also Geekdom 101 both said that they had multiple sources. So again, assuming that they had all their ducks in a row, the problem is you don't announce it this early. Because if you announce it this early, and because what you should do, and this is just me just speculating, if they heard, oh yeah, and it's going to be announced, March 29th, then on the 26th they're like, drop this out maybe, right? And then Toei, especially because they probably wouldn't want to screw themselves over, they've had this all set up, then in 3 days it comes out and then they're proven right. But you can't just make predictions like this, because then I'm not blaming other news articles, other news sources for the way they, for the way they did. I'm not blaming Geekdom or Yonko, but still, you gotta be careful, because now even if it comes out in like April, even if it comes out in like 2 weeks, right? For those 2 weeks, they're both going to get hell.
Yeah.
Because they lied, because, they're not reputable. Who cares about them and what they have to say? It's bullshit, etc., etc. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to be shitting on them. And it's just one of those things where even if it wasn't bad information, because it does come out as true, still, like, what did you think Toei was going to say about it?
Yeah.
Toei was going to,
it just kind of feels like a lose-lose for them. I get wanting to jump on it and be, in a sense, the first one to say it in a way, but I don't really see a way for them to come out on top for this. So
yeah, unless it comes
I
out
hope
real
they
soon.
don't get too much flack for it.
Yeah,
'cause I don't think they deserve that at all.
No, but I do think that this is a moment. If they didn't know this before, this is a good lesson for them, because you can't. Not that they can't do this, because they totally can do this, but it's gonna bite you unless an announcement is coming relatively soon.
Right.
So if an announcement isn't coming within, like I said, that week or something like that, then doing something like this is no bueno. I mean, I was talking about something like this on an episode of Matt Rants that I did over at Are Those Guys Play channel, which I still have to do another episode either this week or next week. And in talking about that, Tristan, there was this idea that there was going to be a Google console, and Spawnwave Media, a Google game console, and Spawnwave Media, another YouTuber, mentioned it. And I said, hey, guy has to be careful, because if they don't announce the Google console at the newest Google, it was like some kind of event, I have to do more research on it, that Google was having, or that Google was at. If they don't announce it there, it's going to look like he doesn't have any info, and then guess what? Google announced it. So he got that right, because he timed it out very well. But if he had mentioned it the second he may have potentially heard about it, I don't know if he heard about it any earlier than that, but let's say he did, and Google is going to be asked about it, and they're going to go, oh no, of course not. Because months earlier, they, the game, that specific event that they were at wasn't necessarily, they weren't going to announce it before the fucking event, is the point. So in this case, if Toei is waiting for something big or a big time to do it, it wasn't going to be after Geekdom said it. They weren't going to be like, damn it, Geekdom, you've gotten us. So, Geekdom, by the way, Geekdom 101 is also saying that perhaps either in April they're going to announce it, or on Goku Day, May 9th. So, I mean, we'll report on this, obviously, as more information comes out. Maybe May 9th, we'll see, or maybe sometime in April. We'll see what happens. Anything else you want to say about this, Tristan, before we move on? All right, excellent. I did not want to take a sip of water. That was not me just completely trying to do a small diversion. Anyway, tell me what you guys think down below. Do you think that Geekdom does not know what he's talking about? Do you think that his sources don't know what they're talking about? Or do you think that they do? Right? Do you think that, hey, it's just Toei not being able to talk about this until they deem it time? So tell me what you guys think about all of that in the comment section down below. If you're watching this through our Twitch, as we're doing it live right now, you can go in the chat and so tell us what you think down there.